Hello and welcome, fellow oddballs of YouTube, to another episode of Slovak Mountain Man of Gaming. And can you see something different? Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We just reached 100 subscribers! Yeah! So, for 100 subscribers, I can't even believe, one person watches my videos, let alone like 100 people. That's pretty insane. I wouldn't watch my videos. But yeah, for this, I'm doing like I'm gonna just be talking about myself, answering some random questions or blah blah blah, maybe you'll find it entertaining, leave it in the comments if you do, But yeah, other than that, I'll also be talking about Splatoon, since the game comes out on Friday, and as you can see, I made my very own cosplay, I had to draw this. I spent the entire week making this bad boy, so as I'm answering these questions, I'll show you how I made everything, But yeah, it comes with all the tentacles here, and like, it kind of looks like suction cups, the material, you see, it's got like little bubbles. I have the mask, little ears too. It was awesome. I made this with the help of my mama. She was sewing this, and good stuff. But yeah, so on Friday, Splatoon comes out, and I will go to the store with this to pick up the game. So let us begin, shall we? So, my name is Jacob. Hello everybody on YouTube. I am the Slovak Mountain Man, but ladies call me Jay still. Yeah, that's right, for more than one reason. Wink wink. But I'm a dark, young and handsome young stallion from the land of Slovakia, which is in Europe. It's a little country under Poland, next to Germany, Czech Republic, Austria and Hungary, and that's where I was born, in Slovakia. Many times, like every time I have a birthday or whenever, random times, my mama, she's always telling me, I was expecting a girl, to be born, I remember we had like this, I think it was like a bootleg Super Nintendo or NES, I'm not sure. The games came on a yellow cart. I really remember like playing this Ninja Turtle game. There's also this thing called the 9,999 in one brick game. It was like a ginormous like Game Boy kind of. It was awesome. It had like 9,999 games in it, and I took it everywhere. And then I also remember, I have a memory playing with my dad at my friend's house or something. I think it was like Atari. We were playing like Pac-Man stuff. It was good stuff. If you want to know more about that tale, take a yonder at my lovely tales, my like playlist I have where I talk about some memories I remember. And so we had nothing to do, kind of, we didn't know anybody or speak English or whatever. So my mom's pal gave us a Super Nintendo, and that is the Super Nintendo I still own to this day. After so many years, I still have it. And we received two games, Donkey Kong Country 1 and Donkey Kong Country 2, During this time is when I smuggled my first Game Boy Color. The house we lived in was right across a park, and I saw a Game Boy Color and I smuggled it. It came with Pokemon, I'll have to make a separate video for this, because it's one of my famous tales that I always tell on Twitch and stuff. It's really funny, so I'll take it under my YouTube videos to find out, learn more. Woo! And then after this, in school, my English slowly started improving and stuff, but I'm usually like really quiet, so I'm sitting in the background, like in the back, like seat and whatever, quietly just doodling or whatever. And people are always telling me, hey, Jacob, do you speak English? Or, why are you so quiet and whatever, can you not talk? And I'm like, yeah, I can talk. It's like, psh, but why aren't you talking to me? You want to talk to me? Then talk to me. Or else, I'm going to be quiet here. I mean, I have nothing to say, And sometimes I pretended to speak, speak English so I can, and I would skip classes, ha ha ha, just to do them, pretend like I don't speak the language. Woo, good stuff, talk to the babes. That was awesome. And during this time, my cousins, they got a PlayStation 1, and they were playing it. But I think they had a fight, who would own the PlayStation 1 or who can play, because I think they only had one controller. And then someone spilled, I think, like a soda on the PlayStation 1. So my was it aunt, I think, their mom, said, oh, you're not having this anymore because you're fighting and stuff. So they gave it to us. So now we have a Super Nintendo and a PlayStation 1. The PlayStation 1, the button, like the open button, it was always really sticky. By that I mean, like, when you press it down, sometimes it wouldn't go up, so I'd have to put like CDs on top of it to keep it closed. And then a few years later, basically like last year, I opened that bad boy, the PlayStation 1. to clean it, you know, because I like to clean consoles and games and whatever. And what I found was, after so many years, I think it was like 10 or 12 years, you know, of this stickiness, I found like this brown gloop in there. I was like, oh, so I'm guessing somebody spilled soda, you know. I also found like a little action figure, and I was like, Jesus, this stayed in here this entire time. I still have the original PlayStation 1 right there, but geez, I should have taken a picture. It would have been awesome. But yeah, I cleaned it out and it works now beautifully, but takes me back. But that's what happened. But yeah, in school, you know, since I always like quiet and stuff, I would spend my time doodling, you know, like on comics. Like I would make little pictures and I would have comics. I have my little books over here somewhere. And basically, if you've ever seen Codename Kids Next Door, it was kind of like that, except it was before that came out. So whoever made Codename Kids Next Door, Cartoon Network, you stole my idea. You know, in Kids Next Door, it's kids versus adults, but my comic, I had boys versus girls, you know. I can prove it to you, I swear. And I remember the day when Kids Next Door first like premiered on TV, you know. I was like, this is awesome, but wait a second, I've seen this somewhere. And I looked through my comics, I was like, what? They smuggled my idea. And ever since then, ever since my toddler days, you know, I'm always like, Kids Next Door, you stole my idea. But it was pretty awesome, you know. But yeah, I would, you know, doodle, and then we would play games on the Super Nintendo. At this time, I only had two Super Nintendo games, you know, the first two Donkey Kong Countries, and then PlayStation 1, we had the Spyro 2, Crash Bandicoot games, and then a few other ones, you know. And then, you know, slowly that's when my love of gaming started to grow. It was awesome. And then I made a pal in school. I was like, what? And he also had a Super Nintendo, you know. He was the only person I knew that had a Super Nintendo as well. It was me and him. And he introduced me to Zelda, you know, my favorite, by playing Link to the Past. And then he also showed me Mario Kart, where I learned how to do the trick where you can, you know, change your character from normal size to mini size. He showed me Mega Man, Star Fox. It was so awesome. And then from this point on, though, basically every single year we would move from one house to a different house. We moved, so basically I lost all my pals. We had to go to a new school, you know, and a new home. So like every single year, you know, so the people I knew before, I had to leave them behind. So I had to always like, what is it called? Always try to introduce myself, and it got harder every year, you know. So I knew less and less people, but whatever. And then during this time, that's when I spewed on my teacher, you know. So watch that video I made where I ate too much pizza and threw up on my teacher. That was the same pal that I went to his house for the pool. You know, watch that video to see more details what I'm talking about. Good times. And then during all this, you know, it was my mama and then my mom's pal who also lived with us, and he always had like these awesome electronics, you know. He had like a radio, he had a camera, he had this computer, and it was like basically like a sacred computer. Nobody could use it. But then when he got a new one, he put it into the garage, and we would play games like Snood or Dynamite Deluxe, you know, or like an emulator to play Super Mario Bros. It was awesome. And there was also a time when I almost ran away. So watch that video if you want to know more. And then a little more to the end. Let's see, we didn't have cable, you know. We had a telly so we could play like games, you know, but we didn't have cable, so I had to find other ways to watch my favorite shows, you know. So one of the memories, I remember going to my mom's like friend's house. This was a different friend, and like I don't know why we were there, but every time we went there, always Cartoon Network, Ed and Eddie would play. And whenever I heard the theme song, you know, the whistling, I always hated it. I was like, oh, this sucks, you know, change the channel, somebody. But then when the show started, I was like, wait a second, this is really cool. And then another one I remember, another memory was I went to, there was this lady, right, as a toddler, there was this girl. I really liked this girl, I liked her a lot. And she was having a birthday, right? And I remember there was this other kid in my class who was also named Jacob, right? But she gave him a card to go to her birthday party, but he said, nah, I'm not going. And then I asked her, hey, can I go? So I remember she was like, I don't know, man. She crossed out his name and wrote my name. Gave me the card, you know. I was like, okay, I'll go. I remember wearing something fancy, my little toddler self. I bought like this Barbie thing, you know, to give her. And then basically at the party, it was me and then like 3 other ladies. I gave her the Barbie thing, you know, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just chill here with my friends, you know, you go over there and watch the TV. I was like, okay. So basically that's what I did the entire time. You know, I guess they didn't want me there at all or whatever, but I was chilling there on the telly. They had this giant telly, it was crazy. And the Powerpuff Girls started, woo! Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, I watched Powerpuff Girls. That's where it's at, you know, don't hate, don't hate. Powerpuff Girls is awesome. And then when the party was over, I remember like she was saying, oh yeah, I'm having another birthday, you know, like party like a week later. I was like, can I come? And she's like, no. I was like, oh, okay. And then walked away, goodbye. But yeah, I was quite an oddball, you know, kind of the outcast, you know, nobody wanted to talk to me. I was quiet and stuff. I would wear like hoodies, you know, even if it was hot, you know, to wear my, hide my beauty marks and whatnot, you know, it's crazy. But as the years went by, you know, my knowledge on games, you know, grew as we got more consoles and, you know, slowly, you know, we started learning more about everything and it was awesome. But yeah, but hopefully, you know, that's all I'm going to share right now. Hopefully you enjoyed this like 100 subscribers, questions, answers, whatever. Not really questions, I just talked about myself, you know. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this and join me on Friday for the release, you know, of Splatoon. I shall be streaming it on Twitch and I'll go to the store in this costume as well to pick it up. So we'll see how people, you know, react to this. It'll be awesome. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. Leave a comment below if you liked, you know,